Well, hello and welcome. We are live at the online gathering place. My name is Leah Petrucci, and I am going to be your host this evening for the online gathering place. Just going to give a couple of minutes for those who are going to be joining us live to trickle in, and then we're going to get started. But for those who are not joining us live, who are watching the replay, hello and welcome. Tonight, by the way, let me introduce myself first and say what we're going to be doing tonight. So my name is Leah Petrucci, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor and a holistic health and lifestyle coach. And the online gathering place is an online platform. There's a few of us that have gotten together to volunteer project. And basically, we provide an online space for people to come to who are just needing to do some activities to help boost their mood, to calm anxiety, and have a little fun. So eventually, our hope is to provide an online platform 24/7. But right now, there's only a couple of us, but who is offering several different spots. I will be doing this online platform on my YouTube channel every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully, if you like what I do tonight, then you'll continue to join me every Wednesday or whenever you can. If you can't make it on Wednesdays, you can also watch the replays that'll be available on both my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And I'll go over all of those details at the end. But let's go ahead and get started. So a couple of things that we're going to need for tonight. Let me go ahead and put that at the bottom there. So a couple of things we're going to need tonight. So grab something. Go ahead and take a minute or two. Go grab something that you like the smell of. So a high quality essential oil is going to be the best if you have it. If you don't, maybe some coffee beans, a piece of fruit like an orange, maybe a flower, something you like the smell of that's hopefully non-toxic, not some toxic shampoo or something like that. And something that is a vibrating toothbrush, if you have one, or like a vibrating massager, personal massager. Go and grab those two things, and also a piece of paper just to jot down a couple of things as we go along. So go ahead and take a minute or two and go grab those things. So something you like the smell of, high quality essential oil if you have it, vibrating toothbrush if you have it, or vibrating massager. If you don't, that's okay. And a piece of paper and a pen. If you don't have those things, don't worry about it. There's still a way to participate and do the activities. So, so while y'all are grabbing that, let me just explain what we're going to be doing tonight. So I'm going to be teaching y'all some nervous system regulation. And what that means is I'm going to be teaching you easy ways to calm the nervous system when we go into fight or flight. And so what that means is when our nervous system has a reaction, has a response, you know the feeling when we start to get anxious, when we start to freak out a little bit, we start to go, oh no, what am I gonna do? ... What if ... this happens? And our nervous system starts to respond. So I'm going to teach some easy, time-efficient ways to interrupt that fight or flight response and to reduce and calm the nervous system, going into what's called a parasympathetic state, which is the rest and digest state. So that's the goal for tonight, is hopefully I can teach you some of those things. So, all right. So if you have gone to grab your objects, let's get them out, and I will teach you the first. I've got a couple of drills, as I call them, a couple of neurosomatic drills that I'm going to be teaching y'all tonight. Neurosomatic means brain and body. Neuro is brain, somatic is body. So we're going to teach some ways for the brain and the body to communicate and work together, and for your benefit, to calm your mind and your body and your emotions really as well. So go ahead and take out your smelly object. I really love to use peppermint essential oil. It's probably one of my favorites to do for this exercise. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be calming down the first cranial nerve. There are 12 cranial nerves, cranial meaning brain. And this is going to be cranial nerve number 1, which is the olfactory nerve, which is our sense of smell and our sense of taste. So go ahead and grab your smelly object. And let's start with the right hand. Let me just check real quick, make sure everything is good. Okay, so go ahead and grab your object. Let's start with the right hand. Take your object in your right hand. Take your pointer finger, and you're going to plug up your right nostril. And you're going to hold your smelly object in underneath the left nostril. And we're just going to inhale and exhale at your pace. Doesn't have to be any particular pace. And while we're doing that, we're just going to take the other hand and just tap up and down the nostril. Go ahead and do that at your pace. Inhale and exhale. Just breathe in that whatever it is. I love my peppermint essential oil. It soothes the sinuses. Also relaxes me, but gives me a little bit of pep and energy and alertness as well. Okay, and go ahead and relax. And in a moment, we're going to do the other side. But actually, one thing that we forgot to do that we'll go ahead and do this now before we do the other side. So I want y'all to be able to assess if these different neurosomatic drills are creating a positive reaction in your nervous system. And there's a really easy way to do that. And it's called the cervical rotation. So just rotate your neck or your cervical region. Rotate to as far as you can to the right without going into pain. And just kind of notate how far you were able to turn your neck. Was there any cracking? Is there a stiffness? Is there any pain? Definitely, don't push into pain. And just kind of notate how far you're able to go. And then do the same thing on the left side. So rotate to the left side as far as you're able to go without going into pain. And just kind of notice what your range of motion is. Hello, Rachel. Rachel is joining us tonight. Rachel is actually the creator of the online gathering place, and she does her own presentations as well, which I'll go over at the end, but just wanted to say a quick hello to her. All right, so anyways, just get an idea of your range of motion with your neck, and in a moment we're going to do that again and reassess to see if we were getting a positive response from our smelly object. So let's take that smelly object in the left hand this time. Plug up the left nostril. Hold your smelly object underneath the right, the one that's open. And just tap up and down with the right finger. Tap up and down at your pace and inhale and exhale at your pace. All right, exhale. The tapping is just kind of helping the blood flow, helping to open up the sinuses and really get that smelly object up into the sinus canal and going straight to the brain. Okay, let's relax. Take a long, slow exhale. Exhale that out. Let that settle in your nervous system for a moment. And then reassess your range of motion. So turn your head to the right as far as you can go without going into pain. And kind of notice, do you have any more range of motion? I did that time, had a little bit more range of motion, and I'll tell you what that means in just a moment. Okay, and then turn your neck to the left as far as you can go. And just notate, Did it change from the first time that we did that assessment? Did you get more range of motion? Did you get less range of motion? What we're looking for is more range of motion, even if it's just a little bit. And what that means is that our nervous system is relaxing, our muscles are relaxing. And so this is a positive sign. If it was worse for you, if you had less range of motion, if you got tighter, then that means your nervous system really didn't like your smelly object, and that you might not want to, it might just be at this time, it didn't really respond well to your smelly object. Maybe try to repeat it a little bit later and see if you get the same response. And if you keep getting kind of a negative response, then your nervous system just doesn't seem to like that smelly object. Or if it's an essential oil, then it's really not jiving with your nervous system. If you didn't really get much change, if it was neutral and there really wasn't more range of motion, that just means it wasn't enough to make much of a difference. So there's a couple of things you can do. You could repeat it. You could do it again. You could make it a little bit more difficult a little bit more challenging for your nervous system. You could try doing it with your eyes closed. You could try doing it standing up, maybe walking around a little bit, making things a little bit more challenging for your nervous system and allowing for a positive response. So what we're looking for is positive things that your nervous system really likes. And if you have that piece of paper and you got a positive response on this one, go ahead and jot that down so you know that your nervous system really liked this one and you can use this one when you need it. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Let me get my list going. Let's see. If you're just joining, we're just doing a couple of what are called neurosomatic drills, which are easy, time-efficient ways to calm down the nervous system. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is called tongue circles. So this is a really easy thing that you can do using your tongue to calm down the nervous system. Also, relax your jaw. There's a lot of benefits for this one. So simply take your tongue and just trace your teeth all the way to the other side, from the right to the left as far as you can go, and then the bottom row. And just make a circle. Do the same thing with the top and the bottom. And now let's reverse and go the other direction. Get the bottom and the top. And let's go one more time. Bottom and the top. All right, let's take an inhale and a long, slow exhale. Just let that settle in your nervous system. Give it a beat to respond. And now we're going to reassess with our cervical rotation to the right and to the left. I can tell for that one, my range of motion, my neck really improved. So that is a positive sign that my nervous system really likes this one. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put it in my pocket, so to speak, as a rescue drill for when my nervous system is activated and I need to bring it down. I'm going to just simply start doing these tongue circles, just like we did. And you can speed it up if you'd like. You know, you can do it really slow, you can do it faster, but the key is to always assess and reassess to see if your nervous system responds positively. If you are getting any kind of negative response, which looks like tighter muscles, less range of motion, maybe even your nervous system just isn't feeling right. Maybe you're having some anxiety about it. Maybe your throat is getting dry, your heart's beating faster. Any of those kind of sympathetic nervous system responses is indicating that your nervous system is starting to go up into fight or flight, and that's not what we want. So just for now, that's just not your drill. If you end up getting any kind of negative outputs, then that's just not your drill for now. We want to find the ones that are going to be positive for you to use when you need them. All right, so the next one, if you were able to get an electronic toothbrush, if you have one. If you don't have an electronic toothbrush, you can also use like one of those vibrating personal massagers. There's also things you can get on Amazon. It's called a Z-Vibe. It's just like a straight stick that vibrates. If you don't have any of those vibrating objects, that's okay. You can still participate. Or you're just gonna tap instead, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so we're going to first locate our SCM muscle, our sternocleidomastoid muscle, which is that big ropey muscle when you turn your head to, let's say when you turn your head to the left, let's start on the right side. Identify that big ropey muscle, the one that sticks out when we get angry or we get frustrated. It's not hard to find. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn our head to the left. We're going to turn on your vibrating object if you have one. If you don't, you're just going to tap up and down that muscle. And we're just going to give it a little bit of stimulation. All right. So let's go ahead and whatever you want to do, either tap up and down or slowly use your vibrating object up and down that muscle. And just get it to relax. And just breathe naturally. I swallowed right there, so that is a good indication that my nervous system is responding positively and I'm starting to relax. Okay. And go ahead and relax, and let's assess that and see if that was positive. So go ahead and do our cervical rotation. Turn your neck to the right as far as you can without going into pain, and then the left. Okay, that one was positive for me. If it was positive for you, go ahead and jot that down, that the one where you use the vibrating object or you tap up and down the neck. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, on our left side. All right, so let's turn our head to the right, and we're going to get that left SCM. I'm going to take this earring out. All right, so if you have your vibrating object, just go ahead and slowly up and down that muscle. If you don't have a vibrating object, that's okay. Just tap, tap, tap up and down that muscle until you feel just more relaxed. I swallowed again right there. That's a good sign that the nervous system is kicking in, calming down. Yawning is also a good sign. If you yawn, that means that, might be tired, sure, but it also means that your nervous system is calming down. So that's a good sign. All right. So let's relax there. Take an inhale. Take a long, slow exhale. Just let that settle. And then let's reassess that. So do our neck rotation, turn neck to the right and the left, and see if you had any change there in your range of motion. I'm going to take this down here. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one. This is actually we can use the same thing for the next one. So this time we're going to give our trigeminal nerve some love, some attention. Our trigeminal nerve is basically the nerve that runs along our jaw. So when we get stressed out, our jaws tighten up, and the trigeminal nerve needs some relaxation. So if you have your vibrating object, you're going to turn it on. If you don't, it's okay. You're just going to tap, tap, tap along that. So the trigeminal nerve runs across the cheek. You're going to go, we're going to do the right and then the left. And just keep repeating that a couple of times. you don't have your object, that's okay. Just tap, tap, tap. So choose your weapon and just give that trigeminal nerve some love. All right. Now we're going to switch and go down to the jawline. So starting kind of behind the ear and just tracing down the jawline. And that's going to really relax. For those of you who get headaches, who you get TMJ, or you just, it's tight and uncomfortable, maybe, after you've had some dental work, after you go get your teeth cleaned, this is a really good thing to do, to just relax. You're also actually getting your lymph nodes right there. Some of the major lymph nodes are right here. So this vibrating action right here is really helping that lymphatic fluid to flow, and that carries our toxins out of our body. Our lymphatic system is our toxic waste removal system. And when our lymphatics get clogged, then we can feel sick. We can feel slow, sluggish, fatigued. So that's also a really good thing to do, is just to take the vibrating object and just kind of rub it on those lymph nodes right there. That's a good one to do. All right, so let's assess and reassess that one too. And it is also common to get different responses on each side. So if you get a different response, if you're, like, for example, more positive on your right side than your left, that's absolutely normal. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is some ear tugs, what are called ear tugs. So our ears are really sensitive, and a great point on kind of behind the earlobe. At any time, you can just kind of you can put your finger behind this little divot behind your earlobe and just hold it there, or even just kind of massage it. That's a vagus nerve point. And the vagus nerve plays an important role in our nervous system. And it helps to calm down the nervous system. It helps us to go into a parasympathetic state, which is, again, that rest and digest, opposite of fight or flight. It's opposite of the activated. It's, when you feel at peace, when healing takes place. So you can just go ahead and just kind of rub the back of the ear there. I like to take either a drop of essential oil, or I really like these roller balls. Actually, that wasn't the right one. But anyway, there are essential oils with a roller ball on it, and you can just kind of roll the back of that ear, and then just get some of the oil and just kind of tug the ears. And we're gonna actually do that right now. We're gonna tug the ear. We're gonna start with the right, and we're gonna tug 5 times. We're gonna start at the top, and we're gonna tug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end at the bottom of the earlobe. So let's do that one more time. You don't want to tug really hard. Just be really gentle. Tug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take an inhale. Long, slow exhale. Let your nervous system get a beat. And then let's reassess that. Cervical rotation to the right and to the left. My left side seems to be responding better than the right. And again, that's normal. If you are getting any kind of negative outputs, meaning you're getting less range of motion, you're more tight, you feel anxious, your mouth gets dry, your heart starts beating faster, those are negative outputs, and that just means this isn't your drill for tonight. And that's okay. We're trying to find the ones that your nervous system likes, and everybody's nervous systems are different. So we're going to do the left side, the left ear, and you might respond, negatively to the right ear and positively to the left. And again, that's perfectly normal. All right, so go with the left ear. We're going to tug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it one more time. Tug 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale. Take a long, slow exhale. Give your nervous system a beat to catch up. Castor oil. Hey, Sandra. Yes, castor oil is an amazing product. I use it pretty much nightly for all kinds of things, for detox of the gut, for liver detox, for immune system, for pain, for sleep, for just calming down the nervous system. So many, for hormone balance, so many good uses for castor oil. Thank you for bringing that up. And you can also take some castor oil if you have some and use that to massage your ears or wherever. It's a great massage oil as well. I use these castor oil packs and I wrap my stomach with them at night and I just sleep with it and it detoxes. It's also great for lymphatic detox. Okay, so we did the ear tugs. Let's see, how are we on time? Okay, we're going to do one more, a drill, and get your nervous system nice and relaxed. And then we're going to go into a short guided meditation to end off tonight's session. But we're gonna do a vision drill this time. So this is another way that we can calm your nervous system through our vision, because we take in so much stimuli in our day through our eyes. We look at screens all day. We look at our electronics. So this is a really good drill to do when you've been on the computer for a long time and your eyes are starting to bug out. And you just need to do a quick reset. And this one's super easy. All you do is take your palms, cover up your eyes, let everything just go dark, and just sit and breathe naturally. Kind of like you have a little sleep mask. Okay, and we're going to go one more breath. And exhale. Just give your eyes a little bit of a break. All right, and relax. And let's assess that and see if your nervous system liked that. Sometimes nervous systems don't respond well to dark. People might not like the dark. My nervous system really liked that one because I'm getting pretty good range of motion. I'm much farther now than when we started. My neck kind of only went here when we started. And now I'm able to look over the shoulder. So that tells me my nervous system is relaxing, my muscles are relaxing, and it's responding well to the drill. But I've been doing this neurosomatic work for over a year, so I know what drills my nervous system likes. These activities are meant for you to find the nervous system drills that your particular nervous system likes, and to just continue to use them when you need them. As soon as you start noticing that your nervous system is starting to go into that fight or flight response, you can immediately use any of these drills to interrupt that response. And the more you practice these, the more resilient your nervous system will be. Your nervous system won't respond as harshly and as intensely as it used to when you do these drills. They're like push-ups for the nervous system. Like strength training for the nervous system is basically what we're doing. So, and if you need to repeat any of those drills while I get the meditation ready, go ahead and do that so you can make sure your nervous system is in a good place for our guided meditation. So go ahead and repeat any of those that you need to. All right, so I'm going to read this guided meditation, which I think is pretty neat. And what I'm just going to ask that y'all do, let's just start. By putting our hands together and just rubbing our hands together, just creating some warmth. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Just sit comfortably or lie down if you'd like. You can either close your eyes while I'm reading the script, or you can just have a soft gaze, whatever is more comfortable for you. All right, let's get started here. All right. So to help you reduce your anxiety, let's start by taking a moment to relax our bodies, soften any unnecessary tension in your belly, in your shoulders. Find a posture that feels both relaxed and alert. And close your eyes if you'd like, or have a soft gaze. Rest your hands wherever you'd like, over your heart, on your thighs, on your belly. And take a few moments to scan your awareness. Pay attention to the sensations of your body. And wherever possible, I want you to soften and release obvious areas of tension. You can even tap on the areas where you feel tension. If you're having any tension in your head, you can just tap that area. If you're having tension in your shoulders, you can just tap, gently tap, or you can rub, whatever feels best to you. I like my chest, my collarbone area. So I might do that while I'm reading. Whatever feels good to you. So just be aware of your body. Just be aware of your breathing, your breath. Be aware of your chest rising and falling with each breath. And now I want you to imagine that you're standing in the street outside of your house, and you're holding two heavy suitcases. And know that one of those suitcases is full of worries about the future, and the other suitcase, know that it is full of regrets about the past. Now take a moment standing there in your street, holding these two heavy suitcases, and reflect about each one. Reflect about the future, how it will come on its own accord whenever it comes, and that most of what we worry about may never happen. Standing out there in your street, reflect about your past, which is the other heavy suitcase that you're carrying. And just consider how the past cannot be changed, and that all we can do in the present is to learn from it. And to put in whatever corrections make sense for us, whether it means we've become more skillful at something, we've learned from our mistakes, we've become a better person, and then we move on. So standing there in the street, feeling the weight of these suitcases, and absorbing the wisdom of your own reflections right now, I want you to make a conscious decision. Do you want to drop the suitcase of worry about the future? Do you want to drop that suitcase? I know I do. So if you want to drop that heavy suitcase of burden and worry, simply drop it. And just imagine dropping that suitcase, and imagine the weight that has lifted from your body. And then standing there in the street with the other suitcase so heavy about the past, I want you to make a conscious decision. Do you want to drop that one as well? And if so, just drop it. And feel what that feels like to drop that heavy suitcase. Just reflect on that for one moment. Okay, so as soon as you've dropped the 2 suitcases, if that's what you've chosen to do, hopefully you have, I want you to envision walking into your home and taking your seat right where you are, plop down onto your comfy sofa, feeling so relaxed, so free from the worries of the past, the worries of the future, like someone coming home from a long trip, dropping these heavy suitcases and just relaxing. Rest in the present, just breathing, resting in the natural well-being of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is that rest and digest. Resting in the fundamental well-being of awareness itself, awareness which does not worry or regret. Resting as if this is meaningful for you. And allow yourself to simply rest, feeling a sense of peace, a sense of joy, and a sense of well-being. A natural happiness, which can always be your true home without carrying these heavy suitcases of worries about the future or full of regrets about the past. Simply rest here. Sorry, guys. Down. Oh, my apologies. I think I forgot to unmute. I don't know where y'all lost the sound, but we're back into our bodies and back into the room. I'm dog sitting this evening, and she heard something outside, so maybe you didn't hear that, but I had to mute for a moment, and I think y'all lost me for a minute. But it sounds like you're back, so awesome. All right. Perfect. Okay, I just want to go over some comments, sounds like got some feedback. So Sandra says, love this, Leah. Thanks so much. Definitely needed this tonight. So glad. So glad. I'm hoping that I can continue to practice these and get a little bit better each time. All right, and Rachel says, sitting and relaxing now. That was probably a while, several minutes ago, but all right. Well, I'm glad that y'all like that. Any comments, feedback about the nervous system drills? Were you able to find some that your nervous system liked and that your nervous system responded positively to if you were here for that part? Awesome. Thanks, Rachel. Love this. Yeah, these are really easy, meditation and nervous system regulation training is, to me, essential. And it's an essential part of my day. And a lot of people may get frustrated with meditation, and it really just takes practice. And yeah, Sandra says visualization of dropping the bags was great. Yeah, I really like that. That's why I picked it at the end of the day, or at least that's when we're doing this. And just, keep that image in your mind of throughout your days, when we pick those bags back up, because we'll pick up the suitcases again, but you can at any time just stop and imagine just dropping those suitcases and like literally just feeling the weight off of your shoulders. And of course you can do any one of those neurosomatic drills that we did earlier. And if you missed any of those, you can also watch the replay. And I'd like to, teach some of those in these live streams. So if you like that, join again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's when I will be doing these on my channel. So right about now is the time we're going to start wrapping up. And so I'm going to share a little bit about some resources for you guys moving forward, and just empowering you to continue this practice, and empowering you to get some further help if that's what's needed. So as I mentioned, my name is Leah Petrucci. I am a licensed mental health counselor and a holistic health and wellness coach. My website is right there on the screen, leahpetrucci.com, if you'd like to visit my website and get an idea of my areas of specialization. Everything that you saw tonight are things that I can do with you in a one-on-one session. I can help you find, those specific nervous system regulation drills that are best for your specific nervous system, and teach you how to coach you how to get better and feel more comfortable with regulating your nervous system through whether it's meditation or nervous system regulation or tapping or whatever it is. And also there's some resources that I added in the description of the video for people who might not be able to see me because I'm licensed in the state of Florida. I can only provide mental health counseling to people who live in Florida. However, I'm also a holistic health and wellness coach. So I can provide coaching, which is a little bit different from counseling. I can provide coaching to anyone, anywhere, regardless of where you live. And any questions that you have about that, I'd be glad to talk with you further. All you have to do is go to my website there, and you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation. And we'll see if I might be a good fit for you. And if not, I'd be glad to help you find other resources, perhaps in your area or whatever specialization that you're needing help with. So, all right. Couple other resources that things that I wanted to share. If you want to help this project, this online gathering place project, we are always looking for volunteers. And here is the email. If you are interested in just running an activity, you don't have to do what I do. You can do other types of activities. Rachel likes to do trivia and fun things. So you don't have to be a licensed professional to do these activities. Although if you are, that's great too. So we're always looking for people to help fill these spots, because it is our hope to have this ongoing 24 hours a day. So if you're interested in that, send an email to the email there. All right. And also, if you enjoyed the, if you enjoyed the nervous system regulation work and you really want to take it even further, you can, like I said, you can either work with me one-on-one, or there is I'm going to put up on the screen, there's a program, there's a membership called Brain-Based Wellness. This is where I learned all of these tools. I also am a member of this program called the Brain-Based Wellness Program. It's a neurosomatic coaching membership. It's amazing. I've been doing it for a year, and my nervous system health is just night and day from when I started. There is a link there to get a 2-week free trial. I highly recommend. That's, absolutely is the reason for how far I've come in my mental well-being, my physical well-being with my chronic health issues, chronic pain, my own trauma. So I also will have this link in the description of the video if you're interested in just clicking on it. So with that being said, I want to bid you all good evening, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. There's also other times that Rachel does other times. I think she does Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern. All of that information is in the description of the videos, in the description of the YouTube video, the description of the Facebook video. So you can find all of that. We also have a Facebook page, and that information is in the description as well. So, but you know, any questions you have, if anything that I said was unclear, you have any questions about anything, you can go to my website and schedule a consult, or you can just call me. My phone number is on there too. You can just call me and we can have a chat. I can answer any questions that you have. So I bid you good evening and take care until we meet again.